What's up you guys, welcome to another Java tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to learn about constructors. And if you're saying, okay Mo, chill, what the heck is a constructor? So if you guys don't know what a constructor is, just tap along with me and I promise you by the end of this tutorial you will learn what a constructor is, and you will also learn how to build multiple constructors. So that's pretty cool. So I just went ahead and I created a new class called Mo. I mean, you can name your class whatever you want, but I just named it Mo for simplicity. So go ahead in your other class, and you guys realize that I made this cool thing that you can see both the main method and the other class, so I can demonstrate everything visually for you guys. So the first thing to creating a constructor, all you got to do is this. Type in public and go ahead and copy the name of your class and paste it. So what makes constructors is basically this. The constructor is always going to be identical to the class name. So the way to know if a code has a constructor or not, the class name must be identical to the constructor name. So that's the first thing. The second thing, what makes constructors unique, is basically a constructor runs when an object is created. So if you guys don't know what this means, just tap along with me and I will explain it to you right now. Let's go ahead and type in system out println, and this is the first one. Let's go ahead and type this up a little bit, and let's go ahead and create two other constructors. Public mo, and this constructor is going to take an integer x. I mean, you can name your variable whatever you want. I just decided to name it x. And let's go ahead and copy all that. And let's put a nice, what should we say? My fave number is, let's just do that. And let's build our last constructor, mo, and this constructor is going to take a string m, and let's go ahead and type in system out println my name is m. So guys, I just wanted to show you that in Java you can have as many constructors as you want. Let's go ahead and actually test that. So let's go ahead and create an object from the class mo. So go ahead and type in mo, and let's name our object mo equals new mo. So let me show you this pretty awesome thing, guys. So notice how in Java you can build multiple constructors, but here's the thing that I want to emphasize and I want to tell you guys. When you create an object from any class in the world, in this case it's mo, when you create an object, the constructor is automatically called. So if we went ahead and ran this, it's going to say this is the first one, because we created an object from the class mo and we didn't pass in any arguments to the constructor. So it said, okay, this is the constructor that I should run because this is the constructor that doesn't take any arguments. So let's go ahead and duplicate this code 3 times, and let's change the name to 1, let's change the name to 2, and pass in an integer, any integer. My favorite number is 7 actually. And let's go ahead and type in, what should we type in as a string? Mo. And let's go ahead and run this. And what happened is basically this, guys. So once we created an object from the when we created an object here from the class mo, it said, okay, I'm gonna go to the constructor that doesn't have any arguments. Where's the constructor that doesn't have any arguments? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to execute this line of code. In this line of code right here, it said, okay, I'm going to go to the constructor that takes an integer, just one integer. So where is it? Where is it? It's right here. So I'm going to execute this line of code. And then in the third example, right here, the constructor takes one string. It's going to say, okay, where's the constructor that takes one string? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to execute this line of code. Guys, notice, whenever you create an object from a class, you can execute only one constructor. Like I couldn't create one object and execute two constructors. Every time I create an object, I'm only executing one constructor. So it is cool that you can have multiple constructors, but when you create an object, you can only execute one constructor at a time. So to recap everything in simple terms, I keep saying in simple terms. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. So you can have as many constructors as you want in Java based on the input or based on what you pass in here, you will run a specific constructor. And what makes constructors unique is basically when you create an object from the class, the constructor is automatically called. That's what makes them unique. That's what makes them different than methods. So I hope that's been clear. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.